Senator Christine Milne. Welcome, Christine.
Thank you very much, and I too would like to acknowledge the Indigenous people and like to draw to everyone's attention just how important it is, that message of the need to reconnect with our planet, reconnect with the fact that it's our home, it's the only one we've got, and we've got to think of ourselves first as global citizens and Australians and Victorians and people of Melbourne way after that, rather than the other way round. The point I wanted to make is this, and to reinforce what has been said, that the reason we're in the situation we're in is because we're in this amazing tug of war between what is and what can be. And the people who have the vested interest, both in the corporate sector and the political world, in what is, are fighting very hard to maintain what is. And the people who know what can be are working on it, but they do not at this point have the organisational strength to take on those corporates, those vested political interests, and that is the tug of war we are seeing. There are 12 new coal-fired power stations on the books around Australia as we speak. So this is a critical time where the political process has to get the message that the community will not tolerate that anymore. So if the people who are winning are the people who say what is, why are they winning? And it's precisely as we heard before, because they've scared people into thinking that what can be must make them somehow worse off. And that's where the narrative comes in. We have to go out there and tell them the story. No, in fact, you'll be better off. Business as usual not only threatens your life and your children and your community from climate change, but you're unhappy with business as usual. You work too hard. You never see your children. You're stuck in traffic jams. You're eating food you don't know where it came from or how it was grown. You're increasingly stressed. Don't you want a world in which you are happier, leading a purposeful life, eating food that is local, seasonal and fresh, powering your home with renewable energy, using public transport? It is building the dream. To change the political process, to build the critical mass, we have to get people saying, that's where I want to be, and I will not tolerate political players getting in the way of me moving from where I am now to where I want to be. That is our challenge. So, to end, I'm getting the call, please, I know people get a bit iffy about politics and think I'll do everything else but I won't get involved in politics. You must get involved in politics to make the change we need in this decade, and this transition decade is critical to doing that. And in the immediate short term, please get behind the Greens' push for an interim carbon price, because until we put a price on pollution, we're not going to win this battle. Thank you.
The people that are here today are not necessarily Greens voters, but we are all voters, and that needs to get across to the major parties.
I'm a traditional Labor voter and I've always voted Labor, but I'm really concerned about the future of the environment for Australia and globally, and I think I really am very seriously thinking about what the Greens have to offer in that sense.
We've got the answers. The answers are there. It's not difficult, it's not complex. What we've got to do though is just get some movement from government.
I think people don't want to listen to politicians because they come across as insincere, always spinning rhetoric. And I've never heard Christine Milne sort of spin.
She's really almost the only politician that I really feel is speaking really to me.
She's somebody who has got more credibility around this issue than any other politician in the Australian Parliament.
The major parties, I feel that if if they're going to have a role in society in the coming years, that they need to take on some of the views that the Greens politicians have been taking on. Otherwise, the Greens will take their seats.